What's up guys, my name is Monica. I am a mama, personal trainer, exercise physiologist, and a certified nutrition coach. My channel here is just to help you learn things on what you can do during your pregnancy to stay healthy and fit. And then also I am now sharing my postpartum journey. So this is going to be really beneficial for mothers that have already had their children and want to start looking into getting into exercise after they have given birth. If you like this channel, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time, I really hope that you have been enjoying the content that I have been building over the past year, and hopefully these videos will help you in your health journey. So let's get started. Today I am actually going to be working on my lower body and my core engagement when it comes to my workout. So I want to go ahead and kind of like preface this for you just so that you can get an idea. If you do have a baby on your chest, that's totally fine. I would highly recommend that you have a harness for your baby because this evenly distributes the weight. If you don't, have the baby lying down, but I would definitely not hold the baby during your workout because usually you hold the baby on one side and that's not really cool for a long period of time. So we're gonna go ahead, like I said, and start working out our lower body and our upper body. We're gonna go ahead and kind of get our bodies warm. We're just gonna be marching in place. Make sure you have opposite arm, opposite leg going. We're gonna do maybe about 50 of these, or I'd say about 20-25 seconds of this. So we're gonna be marching. Again, this is just warming up our body so that we can do some movements. Normally I prefer to do exercises that are maybe like 3 or 4 exercises long and just repeat that between 3 to 5 times depending on the day, okay? So again, when you are easing into exercise after delivery, there's no reason to like rush into these things. You really have to make sure that you're strengthening your core before you start doing all these heavy lifting, even if you were working out before pregnancy. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and warm up our legs. We're gonna go ahead and have feet wider than hip width apart. Toes are gonna be pointed outward. This is gonna be a sumo squat, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and go low. Go as low as you can. So before I could go a little lower, but right now I do have my baby in harness. I also still have some pain in my pubic area because I did suffer from SPD. It's called symphysis pubis dysfunction. So you should be doing about 10 here, but I'm mentally counting. This is 8, 1 more or 2 more, 9, and 10. Awesome. And then, like I said, if you did suffer from that during your pregnancy, if you still have pain doing any sort of lower body movements, I highly recommend just going at your own depth before you go super low to the ground. Next thing that we're going to do is going to go ahead and do a side lunge. So I do have my son working the camera. So if you see any movements during this workout, like now, that's because he's working it. So we're going to do 10 to each side. This is 4. Again, only go for the depth that feels comfortable for you. Joints are still really weird at this time, so don't force anything at this point. This is just to kind of get you easing into moving. This is 8. And if you're ever worked with a personal trainer, 1 more, 10. Sometimes they do a couple extra reps, especially while you're talking. So if you're listening, and like I said, if you've worked with a trainer before, even though they're not counting, they may be mentally counting, but they may also add just a couple extra just to kind of get you working a little more without you even realizing it. So here again, warming up our body, getting some blood flow. This is 7, I believe. Hopefully, if you're not counting, you're just gonna have to believe me. 9, 1 more, and 10. Perfect. Alright, and then from there we're going to go back to the marching in place. So by now your heart rate should already be flowing, which is great. So again, like I said, I was going to go over the exercises in depth, but I wanted to go ahead and just kind of get our body warmed up so that we can get some movements in. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go back to those squats, sumo squats, 10 of these guys. Now, if you're somebody that is holding your baby quite a bit, so for example, this guy actually wants to be in a harness, so that goes to show that he does want to be held. Your arms can get really tight here, so if you want to add an element to this workout, we've got 2 more. You can definitely keep your arms, bring your arms up above, come back down, and up above with this one. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and do those side lunges. Again, heart rate should be going up. Another thing you can add to this, up. So when you stand up, you're gonna have arms come up, down with the hand, up. This is really gonna be super beneficial for you, like I said, if you are holding that baby a lot. So sometimes babies don't wanna go to sleep and you have to rock them to sleep, hold them to sleep, bounce them to sleep, dance them to sleep, whatever it is to get them to sleep. And sometimes you need to stretch out those arms and shoulders because those shoulders can become frozen in that one position. This is 8. I've already got hard breathing. 9. One more. 10. Also, if you are working out with your baby, definitely realize you are working out with resistance here. So don't think that this is just like a light workout because however much your baby weighs, that's what you're lifting, plus your body weight that probably wasn't your pre-pregnancy body weight. And you're just trying to get your body back into moving. All right. Again, soft gentle movements, nothing really intense here. 7, we've got 3 more. 8, and you probably do feel your shoulders here because you are raising them above your head, and that's great. You're getting a little bit of upper body and lower body. Awesome. All right, from here we're gonna go ahead. We're actually gonna do 3 movements. So that was just the warm up. I know I didn't really specify that, but that is just the warm up. So heart's already going. We're gonna do 3 movements today. We're gonna do 2 core focused ones and then 1 lower body one because we did do quite a bit to get our legs warmed up at the beginning. So first one that we're gonna do, if you do have your baby in a harness, just kind of be mindful. If they're sleeping, they'll probably be fine. But we want to make sure that we're thinking about our core during this movement. So what we're going to do is we're gonna put arms above our head. We're gonna bring knee up. The goal is that you're kind of bringing the knee in at an angle. But again, if you have a baby, you can definitely just come as much inward as you possibly can. So this is a power knee. We're just doing a slow motion. So we're gonna be going 10 on each side. So here you're weight shifting, which is super important. A lot of the times when we're holding our babies, our bodies compensate to one side. And then our balance does kind of go to crap after having a baby. So this is really good to go ahead and challenge your balance. So we get 10 on one side, and then we're gonna go for 10 other side. So even though if you do have a baby on your chest, that's great. But the goal is here is that you're really thinking about your core. So it's not about like how fast you're doing this movement. It's more about how engaged your core is. So here, a lot of the time, pelvic floor muscles are weak and your transverse abdominis is weak. You could possibly also suffer from diastasis recti. So what you want to be doing when you're focusing on this movement is making sure that you are sucking in, if that makes sense. So just like if you were to suck your stomach inward, you want to suck your lady parts upward, okay? So that's the easiest way to kind of imagine how to suck that area up. And then you also want to have your transverse abdominis closed. So the idea with the transverse abdominis is that those abdominal muscles are like a corset, okay? So you're trying to engage everything around like you have like a nice corset around your tummy. So next one is going to be just a regular. So instead of coming at an angle, you're gonna bring the knee up, straight above. And again, we're gonna be working those core muscles. Arms are gonna go up. So this is an added element. If you want to just focus on your core, you can definitely do that with having your hands here. But if you're able to multitask and do your arms and leg at the same time, definitely do that. So we're gonna do a total of 20 here. And if you notice, I'm kind of holding this knee up for just a second and then bringing it back down. Again, it's not about how quick the movements are. It's making sure that your core is engaged at all points in time. The biggest reason I want to focus on this postpartum is because if you start off too hardcore into your workouts after you give birth, your body's going to create compensations. Not only that, your core is still going to be weak. And then if you don't want to have lower back pain like continuously, highly recommend strengthening your core because a lot of times people just start going into working out without thinking about strengthening their core, and that's the biggest thing, okay? You also have to be patient with your body, so you might as well be patient and work on your core than just jump in and get really frustrated that you have an injury later on down the road. Your core is a super important central area. It's like the nucleus of your body. So you want to be sure that that is strong before you start progressing your workouts, okay? So core. You really need to start working on that. Last exercise that we're gonna do here, so again, we're only doing 3, 2 abdominal, 1 lower body, because we did do that warm up. We're gonna go ahead and do a regular squat. Go again as deep as you can. If you need to, you can definitely put a seat behind you or a stool and just kind of tap your booty. If you'd like, you can even use a short table. Or sit down, stand back up, okay? It will be fine. But here we're gonna go ahead and go for, like I said, 10. Here, now that we're doing the lower body, make sure your core is engaged. So all that sucking that you've been doing and tightening in the center, you want to still keep doing that as you're doing your squats, okay? This is where a lot of times cores start disengaging, and this is where you need it the most, because now you've got 2 sections of your body working, and you want them to work in sync, not separately, okay? So anytime you're working out, the goal is that your whole body helps itself rather than just one body part doing all the work. So if you're not counting, we'll just say that's 8. We'll do 2 more, 9, and 10. So now that I've explained those workouts to you, I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the workouts by myself. I'll go ahead and add some music so that you can follow along, and I hope you guys enjoy. So that was the workout for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, if you want to do these exercises 3 to 5 times, you can definitely do that. I'm still easing into this. I'm almost 6 weeks postpartum. And even though I did work out during my pregnancy the whole time, I did, with my first pregnancy, jump into things and didn't really let my body heal. This time I'm trying to really allow my body to heal so that I'm not having to experience injuries and also really bad lower back pain in the future. It's super important that you are focusing on strengthening your core. Again, don't rush your body into jumping back to what it was before. Let your body rest and recover. If you're somebody that needs to be held accountable, you can definitely do that. I can help you with that. I'm going to add my website link for a group that I have, Accountability with Monica. It's going to be on my website, so it's going to be at enjoythefit.com. You're going to have to request to be added to the group, but I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. I think it's really beneficial, especially for mothers. It's not to add stress to you, but it is to just hold you accountable, because a lot of the times it can get to a point where you are not motivated to go work out. But even if you are doing little workouts like this will definitely benefit you in the long run. So my philosophy when it comes to exercise is to make sure you're moving just a little bit per day. So my whole thing is any movement is better than no movement. So if you're a mother that's struggling, like, I didn't make it to the gym today, I didn't lift so many pounds, I want you to know that is totally okay. You don't have to be lifting crazy amounts of weights, nor do you have to be working for an extended amount of period to reap the benefits of exercise. Any movement is better than no movement, and I want you to know that being a personal trainer and actually seeing results myself with just any movement. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do like this content, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.